Ho, ho, ho! The struggle! It's real!
Cut!
So, where is everyone?
Oh, we've got a few latecomers.
I'm gonna go get some air.
Damn it, we're gonna be late. Hey Siri.
Guys, I think there's someone on the road.
Mia, I'm trying to talk here.
Oh my God. Let me turn up this song.
But they didn't believe me. And I had to take the costume off. Guys, I'm serious. It looks like we're about to run over Santa.
Mia, shut up. No one cares.
Is he breathing?
I think so. God, what are we gonna do?
I'll just leave it.
Alright, let's go.
Guys, hurry up. Get him out of here. Not the table. 'Twas the night before Christmas, and Santa can't be found. He must be hiding away, not a peep or a sound. His elves were stressed, the reindeer too. How are we gonna get presents when he's tied up in my boot? Well, fine, I'll help. I'll write the naughty and nice list myself. Oh. On the nice list first, the Matildas, of course, who had half the nation talking tactics with surprising force. For one magic week, every bloke on the couch swore he'd always loved soccer. Mate, that's a stretch, not a vouch. Then came the TikTok detectives, dramatic as ever, solving celeb scandals with tremendous endeavour. From Diddy conspiracies to album drop shocks, to Abby Chatfield's Aria-winning boyfriend, cue the comments, the theories, the thirst trap talks. Pop culture was messy, full of breakups and tears, with apology videos churned out like cheap souvenirs. I'm learning and listening, each influencer swore, before doing the same thing they got cancelled for before. Then there were Aussies in the cost of living fight, stretching paychecks like tinsel, and still coming up light. Half-price mints and yellow sticker deals, a Christmas miracle when dinner actually feels real. On the naughty list next, airlines led the parade, cancelling flights after boarding, a truly Aussie charade. Rent shot up faster than a crypto scam stock, while Woolies froze prices on products no one's ever bought. This year was a struggle for all of us, it's true. But Monday nights on Channel 31 stayed loyal right through. Now I have to go and pass my list to Santa. Relax, we didn't kill him, it was all just banter. So while I hunt him down, let's see what's on the street. How's everyone feeling? Is Christmas still neat? With Sasha on the floor, let's see what people are hanging on their door.
There's a lot to love about Christmas time in Melbourne. The sweltering heat, the trams, the police being able to search you without cause. But most of all, you've got to love the fun and festive decorations that adorn the city. The best of which is visible to the public right here on Burke Street with the Maya Christmas windows. But I'm here to find out if, like Christmas, the decorations really are only in the city. How do you celebrate Christmas?
Generally with family.
Always with family and lots of food.
Time in the sun, good food, family, and a couple drinks.
Do you decorate your place for Christmas?
No, funny enough. My dogs are golden retrievers and they literally eat everything.
Yes, I do, yes.
Yeah? When do you start putting decorations
I
up?
actually put a tree up because we're here on holiday for a week, so I put a tree up in the second week of August. Not August, November.
How long do you typically keep your decorations up for?
Oh, probably way too long.
Just till after New Year. Until the 6th of January. And it's an old wives' tale in the UK.
Kind of gets packed up on Boxing Day or maybe the day after.
Do you have any sort of controversial Christmas takes?
I think Secret Santa's just stupid.
Oh, jeez, that's a loaded question. I could offend people there.
I don't know how controversial it is. I think Christmas cake should be banned. The fruit cake, even I love you, Nana, but I'm sorry, that cake's gonna go.
Well, you heard it here first. Back to you in the studio.
Thanks for asking the tough questions, Sasha. Let's ask some more. Violette's been hanging around in Flagstaff, fighting the good fight in defamation court. During her downtime, she's sent in this report.
Since medieval times, it's been our right to binge eat, day drink, and expect gifts on Christmas Day. The same goes for the courts. Since medieval times, alleged criminals have had the right to trial by jury. Until now, when in the United Kingdom, A place that's had juries since mince pies were full of mince pigeons. There are proposals to scrap juries on all cases with maximum prison sentences under 5 years. While British journalists scramble to hold the courts accountable, it made me think of another judgment that journalists have neglected to investigate entirely. Once a year, St. Nicholas makes the sweeping moral judgment of naughty or nice for every child in the whole world. Based on what? Thousands of children receive coal every year. None of them have the chance to plead not naughty, face an impartial jury, or appeal their judgment. For all we know, Santa can't tell his good boys from his bad boys and hands out bags of coal willy-nilly. It's time to investigate. Excuse me, sir? Do you know Father Christmas, perchance? Could you put me in contact with someone from the North Pole?
Through careful observation, I tracked down a high-ranking informant from the North Pole, who agreed to speak on the condition of anonymity.
Us elves help with everything, but we don't touch that list. I've spent a lot of time with Mr. Claus, and it's a big job, you know, but he keeps that list tucked up in his hat. He doesn't even finish the list until he's already on the road. And with all that brandy and cookies the kids leave out, well, I couldn't tell you where his head's at.
Unfortunately, in an oversight by my colleagues, the source himself was in no state to be interviewed. Want a mince pie? It's mushroom.
Well, here's to hoping juries get the boot. It's far less embarrassing for me to cry in front of one judge than 12 peers. But let's move on to an institution whose authority I really do respect. Cricket Australia! With the Boxing Day test coming up, we take a look back at the first Ashes test.
All right, team. Cricket Australia is going down without even losing. Believe it or not, but England being so incredibly awful at the game they invented has actually contributed to Cricket Australia's financial downturn. Losing ticket sales from days 3 and 4 of the Perth test means I've had some very angry phone calls from the network bosses. And we face a loss of $3 million.
$3 million? Gee, that's a lot. At least we had last summer's India tour to bulk up the coffers a bit.
That's in addition to more than $11 million we lost in financial year 24-25.
Come on.
Don't panic, stop panicking.
Both of you calm down. I anticipated this happening, having seen England's complete lack of prep. So, I've come up with a handy list of ideas to help raise some money and end this embarrassment. Next slide, please. My first idea, if we're thinking of the fans here, is to increase the game to 3 innings each.
Great idea. Altering 150 years of cricket tradition won't affect anyone. Intern, you should be writing this down.
Obviously, with England's gung-ho style of play, there's no guarantee that we're going to get to day 4, let alone day 5. So, my next brilliant idea: geoengineering. I read about it on Facebook. Even the slightest sprinkle would see the players leave the field if we introduce a rain delay protocol. Think of the money we'd be raining in from the fans waiting around in the rain.
A Bunnings cloud machine would do the trick.
Or if it's rain you want, we could just host every test in Melbourne.
My third and final idea. A lot of the Australian quicks have been injured this summer, and Mitchell Starc isn't getting any younger, so a light kneecapping should do the trick.
Stupid, sexy Starc.
You'd be better off taking England batters out of the game if you wanted them to last for longer. How about instead of sending fans home early, we start a tourism ad campaign that encourages them to stick around for longer and spending more of their money in our economy, and then we can take a cut.
Or we could give England the number of our sandpaper guy.
Yeah, that works.
Stay around for more Struggle, that is. We'll be back after this break.
Poppy, he's waking up.
I'll be right there.
2 minutes. I leave for 2 minutes.
Sorry.
Deal with the other stuff. I'll get.
Ho ho! ho and a bottle of rum. Welcome back. Looking back on this year, I can't help but reflect on all the times I've heard my favourite buzzword, the dreaded AI. While the development of AI increasingly grows faster than we could dream of, so does its opportunity for vessels. That's right, guys. I'm talking robots. It's no secret that Labor favours the optimisation of the output rather than the actual labour workers themselves, so it's not surprising that business owners are leaning towards the idea of replacing real human people who need pesky things like insurance and pay with robots who never complain. Companies have even started with the shipping of these robots. UB Tech Robots of China have begun large shipments of their Walker S2 humanoid robots to customers like BYD, Volkswagen and Foxconn for production purposes. So what does that mean for the labour force? Actually, scrap that. What does this mean for Christmas? What about the elves? What about the toys? What about the children? Now, I'm in no place to disclose my sources, but a bright red-nosed friend of mine informed me that this AI robot business is stirring up quite the storm in the North Pole, with rumours floating around that good old Saint Nick is making the switch. Now, Mrs. Claus doesn't have to worry about being replaced with a robot girlfriend just yet, because these robots aren't really dexterous or stable enough to make those cookies just right. But the hard-working elves who slave away all year making children new iPads might have to take a second look at the Seek app because the labour market might be in danger. Taking a look at the World Economic Forum's Future of Jobs survey, the pattern of job decline is majoritively affecting labour jobs like bank and postal clerks and printing-related trade workers. Now, you know what? This really jingles my bells. As a proud supporter of the Elf Workers Union, I say enough is enough. I am officially calling for insured ear sharpening, job mobility for those looking to move up from spinning tops to dollhouses, and the abolishment of any wired workers in wintry Wonderland. But that's the sort of attitude that got me banned from running for a seat in Senate. If only our actual politicians had that sort of gumption. Now that I think about it, I wonder what they've been up to this year. Liv gives us the scoop.
The federal election, Australia's favourite triennial event. Whether it's a simple snag your heart sings after, a bitter political breakup, or a rap battle that could beat the likes of 2016 YouTube, the Australian federal election has it all. This year, the election brought a particular deluge of memeable content, perfect for a new satire show run by a bunch of 20-something-year-old scamps to unpack. So let's do that in 2 minutes, because that's how long I've been allotted. After months of bombarding our screens, local roads and primary schools with less than persuasive political propaganda, the federal election was held on the 3rd of May, when voters made their way to their local barbecue. Polling avenues. As the votes began counting and the nails began biting, Aussies watched on, admittedly not for long, as Labor won a landslide victory against the Liberal National Coalition in about 4 hours. Not even long enough for our Mojo News Federal Election 2025 Australia Decides special to wear through. Still clinched that antenna though. Unlike the coalition who lost and suffered the worst loss since 1949. Subsequently, David Littleproud broke apart the coalition in a fairly amicable breakup. But fear not, for he lived up to his name by shamelessly crawling back to his ex like some sad, lonely partner. Alina got close enough to Adam Bant to curse him and his party to lose 3 seats, including his own. And while the Pom Aussies chased Alina away with pitchforks for pushing them further than they'd ever been to dental care, Dutton licked his wounds with a $258,000 pension. But most importantly, Bob Katter retained his seat of Kennedy because he, outlived all the competition. Politics. The beautiful, if not slightly complex tapestry upon which we Australians weave our lives.
Politics. But that's enough about old white guys. Let's move on to something more different and more titillating, like more old white guys. Toby and Alex present certificates of Boomer Excellence this year, written in very big letters.
Good evening everyone, I'm Toby and welcome to the Struggle Awards. As the nation's school children would know, when old Saint Nick enters our airspace, stripped, biosecurity laws require he ditch the reindeer.
Unable to afford tolls, Santa employs 6 white boomers, snow white boomers, to race him across the sky.
But one thing has always stuck out. These guys don't have names.
So we thought it time to take kangaroos the way of street signs and boats and name them after people.
And it just so happened to coincide with the Struggle's annual 6 White Boomers of the Year. We believe these award winners will be the perfect namesakes for Santa's kangaroos.
Pauline Hanson drew our attention for her efforts to celebrate multiculturalism and food science endeavours, proving on the toasty scale that steaks are basically sandwiches.
Speaking of her co-author, Barnaby Joyce showed us how to party as he changed from one to another.
Speaking of powerful people, Gina Reinhardt for her ongoing dedication to the bush.
And for contributions to the mushroom advertising industry. Our next winner is Erin Patterson.
And of course, we can't celebrate Miss Patterson without her friend in the media, Kyle And of the Kyle and Jackie O Show. We recognise his ongoing involvement in our legal system.
And finally, this man, known by Alex and I as just Alfred, encapsulates the boomer spirit. Grey, moody, and spending a disproportionate amount of time in southeast Queensland. Congratulations to our friend, Tropical Cyclone Alfred.
Ladies and gentlemen, I would just like to say...
Alex, we're being...
It really is a beautiful thing when people get recognised for the work they do. But what happens when the wrong people get recognised for the wrong work? They end up on the naughty list. But Santa's isn't the only naughty list that's the talk of Tinseltown this Christmas. Roy filed this interview earlier.
Well, I think it's a time we took a little detour to the North Pole, where Santa's elves are still hard at work and they're willing to give the Struggle an exclusive teaser.
That's right, friend. I hear that all the good children are watching The Struggle right now, and we want to show them something they've always wanted to see, but have never been able to. For the first time ever, we are officially publishing Santa Claus's naughty list.
Of course, this will not be the only significant list to be released this Christmas.
Oh dear, what other list could possibly be as important as this one?
You are aware that you will be competing with the Epstein files?
Epstein files? Why didn't I hear anything about this?
Well, news travels slowly to the North Pole, I guess.
No. I should have known about this. I am a member of the United States Congress.
What?
All the elves are U.S. congressmen. And you're telling me we didn't get to have a say in this? When did this happen?
Well, the Senate unanimously voted to pass the Epstein Files Transparency Act, which will force the Justice Department to release all documents related to Jeffrey Epstein on November 18th, and President Trump signed it into effect the next day, meaning the files will be released by the 14th of November.
Fuck! That was our busiest week! We were so busy preparing for Christmas, for the holidays.
I'm sorry. Do you not want the Epstein list to be released?
No, that's a terrible thing to do. This type of broad reveal of criminal investigative files released to a rabid media will absolutely result in innocent people being hurt.
That is, absolutely. Word for Louisiana State Representative Clay Higgins said in the defense of his lone vote against the bill being passed.
Well, he would be correct.
This is unexpected. Do you still want to talk about the naughty list?
No.
Okay. I'm gonna have to cut you off. Children are watching, and as you know, and you keep swearing, that's very inappropriate. Back to you in the studio.
Guys, I feel like we've really bonded in these past allotted 9 minutes. We've laughed, we've cried, we've struggled. I feel like you just get me. And there's something about the Christmas spirit that makes the heart grow fonder. Oh. What's that doing there? Oh, I feel like I should just say it, because if not at Christmas, then when? All I really want for Christmas is 2.5 minutes of these ads.
Welcome back to The Struggle. It's that time of year again, decorations up, heat waves back, and COP30 handing the planet an empty Christmas stocking while Australia tucks a gas project under it like an unwanted present. In Brazil, COP30 has now concluded, and the outcomes were in classic fashion, predictably complicated. A group of fossil fuel producing nations blocked the idea entirely.
The final text didn't just weaken the language, it removed the whole phrase fossil fuels altogether. Not a whisper. It's like writing a medical plan that never mentions the diagnosis. At one point, COP30's president,
Andre Correa, du Lage,
was photographed literally lying back in his chair while negotiators hovered around him looking stressed, which honestly is the most accurate visual metaphor for global climate diplomacy I've ever seen. To keep the whole thing from collapsing, ministers floated a compromise: voluntary transition roadmaps, not binding, not enforceable, and not exciting. Just countries agreeing to talk about transitioning later. It's basically climate policy done in the future tense. Australia, meanwhile, signed the Bellin Declaration, which very explicitly says that expanding fossil fuels is incompatible with staying under 1.5 degrees Celsius. Very bold, very firm, and very ignorable. Immediately after signing it, the government quietly reassured industry that new gas projects like Narubri are still progressing. Scientists and campaigners were quick to point out the obvious. If you admit fossil fuel expansion breaks climate targets, continuing to expand them is not ideal, unless the plan is to confuse the greenhouse effect into giving up. Meanwhile, Turkey was named COP31 president, taking primary responsibility for the summit. But Australia's representative, Chris Guy-Bovin, will be in charge of the negotiations. That gives him near exclusive authority over the negotiating text. If Turkey and Australia disagree, the agreement literally says that they must keep consulting until the difference is resolved to mutual satisfaction. It's less a climate protocol and more like a couples therapy. So now, Australia heads into COP31 with something it has never had before: actual procedural power. The ability to write a fossil fuel phase out into the global text, not as a slogan, not as a wish, but as language every nation must stare at. And even after all that influence, we still managed to dodge meaningful climate action next year. The North Pole will be sending us a climate adaptation plan. Now, over to our pop culture corner and the coalition party who are proving once again that Christmas is the season of giving. Up on long-term partnership. Please enjoy a trailer for the upcoming climate change, A Christmas Miracle.
A happy coalition.
Pass the icing, Peggy Sue.
One election night changes everything.
Jordan? Jordan?
Iron Dixon now.
I'm sorry, little proud. This is my friend Susan. She'll take care of you.
This Christmas, the new party leader in the chamber.
I have mixed feelings about nuclear power, and I want to bring more women into our party room.
One decision shatters 4 decades of partnership.
I'm done. You're being a little proud, little proud. You can't survive on your own.
For less than 1 week.
Yeah, you're probably right.
This summer, a broken coalition desperate for a Christmas miracle.
Little proud. Look what Father Christmas left for us under the tree.
Are you trying to tell me you're a naughty girl, Lee?
Better. I'm dropping net zero.
Climate change, a Christmas miracle.
If that doesn't put the ho-ho in oh no, then nothing will. Moving on, after 10 years of planning, 8 Christmases, 7 New Years and 2 premieres, the Metro Tunnel is finally complete. We sent our correspondent Ethan to ask train nerds whether the wait was worth it.
It's not just the festive season lighting that's brightening up all the spirits here in Melbourne, but the brand new opening of the Metro Tunnel here today. We're here at Jacinta Allen's house, State Library Station, as passengers get used to the summer start. Hundreds of people are now exploring the new design, layouts, and promised faster travel times. With the festive season in full swing, let's find out if commuters have it easier now navigating through the busiest time of the year. What are your first impressions of the Metro Tunnel so far?
It's awesome, it's really cool. Pleasant surprise this morning.
It's really impressive. I'm surprised at how different it is to like the city loop stations especially.
It's pretty amazing.
My expectations have been exceeded. It feels like a bit of a maze too.
Oh, very impressive. Yeah, the scale of it is fantastic.
I didn't expect this. This is really cool, the way the safety aspect of it, yeah, really liking that.
Would you say it's now a lot easier to travel through to west of Melbourne?
Yes, I would say so.
Yeah, like say if you want to go from Noble Park to Sunshine, like you just take the one train.
I haven't studied the map yet to know.
And would you reckon it's now a lot easier to travel to like work or your social events and stuff now?
Well, who knows? Let's see and find out.
Yeah, get to events would be handy, especially North Melbourne sort of things.
Well, it seems like the people of Melbourne really enjoy their new line of transport through the heart of the city. But I think that's all we have time for today, as I need to wrap it up. And I think our new travel time is also a lot faster than the big old red in studio. So, as people say, over and out.
Now that Victoria finally has the money, it's time to talk about the other hole people are falling into this season, their bank accounts. We've got our very brave Alina at Chatty risking her life in Christmas crowds to ask the real question, just how broke are you?
Finally that time of year where tinsel lines the shop fronts, every customer worker has a Christmas hat on, and every shopping centre becomes a Hallmark movie set for all our festive fantasies. Yet under all this cheer, it's the green thing that gives us the most stress. And no, it's not the Grinch. It's the cold, hard green of money. The festive season is one marked by spending. But with the rising cost of living, do people want a Lego set or just the living necessities? So, what would you like for Christmas and how much would you spend on it?
I'd love some new jewellery. Always like a bit of jewellery. And, it has to be quality. So, I'd like a fair bit to be spent on it. So it's real gold, possibly.
A Ninja slushy machine.
And how much would that cost?
I think there's one in Kmart for like $200.
I'd like a PS5 and I'll spend like $600.
Probably like a pair of shoes, maybe like some TNs.
To have a lovely day.
That's really sweet. And so does that mean you don't want any presents for yourself, or?
No. It's been the season of spending.
Well, I'm out of money and I'm out of questions. Looks like we're going to sit on the richest sugar daddy's lap and ask for a proper wage. Back to you at the desk.
If Christmas has drained your wallet to the point where travel now means standing near a fan and pretending it's a coastal breeze, fear not. Toby is here to recap the absolute chaos that unfolded across Australia this year.
Hi, I'm Travelled Toby. Now, as part of my ongoing probation agreement with Tourism Australia, I've been asked to talk about what's happened this year with the states, not territories, of Australia. It's been a rough year for far western Victoria, or as some would call it, South Australia. They experienced a fish kill, an event where the water turned lime green and marine life turned lime dead. Then it happened again. Being late to the E-party, they legalised e-scooters and e-bikes on public roads, so long as they travelled in bike paths at 25 kilometres an hour. And that went as well as you could expect. Prime Minister Albanese enjoyed a crisp Farmers Union iced coffee, which he clearly enjoyed. Now, following this example, Queensland got their act together and lobbied with their strongest cultural export, ginger beer. Bundaberg drinks? Yeah, there's not much else to do there. It was a nice continuation to earlier in the year when Anthony decided not to rain on their parade. Of course, he was quickly replaced with Alfred from down the road.
Tropical Cyclone Alfred.
Tropical Cyclone Alfred. Tropical Cyclone Alfred.
Meanwhile, the total length of the Gold Coast light rail was reduced. Stage 3 opens next year, and I can't wait to read more about it while commuting on the number 75. Losers. Meanwhile, in Greater Canberra, everybody's cars broke down and they were forced to walk across Sydney Harbour Bridge. Election fever hit the other states hard. WA Labor secured a third consecutive landslide victory. Feeling as if they could get some of that sweet, fishy South Australian attention, a historic marine heatwave bleached and killed coral. And the social media ban began testing in the state, with the Department of Education targeting the notorious social network keepthesheep.com.au. And nothing worth mentioning happened in the quiet Melbourne suburb of Tasmania. At least that I haven't made the show mention already.
And that's Australia this year. fish dying, scooters flying, iced coffee diplomacy, and at least 3 states doing things that should probably be investigated. If you couldn't afford to travel, honestly, you dodged a bullet. More chaos after the ads, don't go anywhere.
$4 wallow in self-pity. 5 o'clock, oh no, 4:30, stare into the abyss. 5 o'clock, solve world's hunger. Tell no one. 5:30, cancel plans I didn't make. 9 p.m. Oh yes, 9 p.m. The struggle. I simply must watch the struggle. The only thing that keeps my shriveled, frivolous heart beating. My weekly appointment with chaos, comedy, and people far more emotionally intelligent than I am. Clock me in, Shindy Lou. It's showtime.
Dash is in full stride now. Go, you good thing, go, you good thing, go, you good thing. Welcome back to The Struggle. From the zombies hitting the pokies down your local boozer, to your uncle violently cursing the horse that's just let down his quaddie, Aussies love a punt. But chances are you're about to lose. $32 billion a year to be precise, the most per head in the world. It's no biggie, guys. That $33 billion win is just around the corner. Last month, reports emerged that the Albanese government was planning on sneakily dumping a proposal to fully ban online gambling ads. The proposal was recommended 2 years ago by a parliamentary inquiry led by the late MP Peter Murphy, containing a 4-step plan to completely phase out the ads. While the proposal has seen support from crossbench politicians, gambling harm advocates and the Australian public, Albo is reluctant to press forward with an outright ban, because clearly a ban could never work. So why the lack of action? Independent Senator and former Wallaby captain David Pocock seemingly got close to the truth before he was brutally silenced by being kicked out of the Australian Parliament Sports Club after raising concerns that it was listed as a lobbying organisation for the gambling industry. Albanese, also the club president, pooh-poohed Pocock's questions, but what Pocock should have asked the PM and other pollies is,
what are you really gambling with?
And the answer would be around $2.7 million in donations, 650,000 of which coming from gam lobby group Responsible Wagering Australia, who recently became a sponsor of the club. Albo defended himself by saying that he hasn't spent any time on the club this year. But instead of spending 90 minutes on the soccer field, he spent that time phoning up TV network and sports league bosses last year, a fortnight before backtracking on a final policy to restrict gambling ads. This included a face-to-face meeting with NRL chairman Peter V'landys, whose league reportedly earns more than $50 million a year in product fees from bookies. Pressure is mounting on the Albanese government, with cricketing grandpa Usman Khawaja a vocal critic of Labour's snail-paced approach to gambling reform. But given Khawaja has to step across the Bet365 logo just to get to the crease, the incessant gambling ads seem here to stay. Oh well. At least my North Pole multi is still alive. Don't judge me. I need to pay off my international student debt somehow. If only I was an Australian student, I might have saved a few Ks. The Struggle's finance guru, Lizzie, explains.
Welcome back to Ridiculously Obvious Insights, where we help you understand economic policy using the emotional range of someone refreshing their MyGov page. This episode, Australia's 20% student debt wipe, also known as the government whispering, "Our bad, Merry Christmas." The average borrower gets about 5,000 wiped instantly, boosting cash flow and borrowing power and reducing the number of times you cry at Coles. Now, with all the money saved, let's look at the things you could afford. Number 1, half a lettuce. The ATO is rolling this out automatically, sending festive notifications about it. Check your phone. How did they know I wanted money for Christmas? Additionally, repayments are also being procrastinated too, thanks to the threshold jumping from 54K to 67K, allowing indexation to quietly increase your debt for longer while you climb that corporate ladder. Not enough for a mortgage, but enough to stop using instant noodles as a personality. Number 2. 1 blueberry, non-organic, be serious. Number 3. A coffee if you bring your own milk and the beans and the cup. In macro terms, it's a mini stimulus shifting future repayments into present spending. In English, university isn't any more affordable, you won't be rich, but you'll be 20% less financially doomed. And that's finance.
Thanks, Lizzie. I had something for this. Oh yeah, a blueberry, a coffee cup and a lettuce walk into a bar. The barman says, watch the next segment of The Struggle where Detective Ethan stalks the harsh, mean streets of Caulfield.
These streets ain't what they used to be. I've been searching for my old partner, Conservative, for a long time. I lost hope till one day, you could say, the wind caught me with a new lead.
Toads, what are you doing here? Oh please, detective, won't you help me? It's my daddy. Totally acceptable for the time, societal values. Won't you tell me who made him go missing?
I was hesitant to speak truth in a rough world.
You're on moxie, kid. But I'm still looking for my partner. Well, that's why I think them cases are linked. Your partner, Conservative, and my daddy were so alike. Someone was chasing after them.
All right, Philly. You know my word. Now, what could have been the case? Suzanne Lee. Pauline Hanson. The one from the Greens. Why, there's more women leading parties than men. Jonathan Bailey, Monica's spoiled sexiest man, dubbed the first openly gay one. Zoran Mamdani, hopping the big city mayoral race. And Conservative mouthpiece Charlie Kirk got Charlie murked. Cannot be. They've striked once again. My old enemy. Woke has returned.
Even The Struggle's gone woke now. I fill all the diversity hire quotas. Straight, tick. White, tick. Male, tick. While diversity is my word of the year every year, apparently they have to change from time to time. So here's Denzel, Alina and Hannah to sort me out.
2025 has turned out a plethora of words, some new additions to our dictionary and some with revamped meanings.
Now we will be rating the top 5 words of 2025. What is the skibidi doing there?
And what the skibidi does it even mean?
I think it's mainly a filler word, but it's used to describe something as cool, weird, or even bad.
You'd think Gen Alphas would be able to go to Cambridge.
Hey, we're ranking words, not generations. Though hard agree on Gen Alpha personifying brain rot.
Skibidi can scatter us. It's a no from us. What even vibe coding? I never heard about that word.
Guys, it's where you describe what you want and AI makes it for you just from your vibe.
We should be proud that we didn't vibe code this segment.
Yeah, no, this word is not a vibe.
It's a no for me.
ChatGPT is cancelled here.
Automatically disqualification. It's a 2-word. How can a 2-word be a word over here?
Like my relationship with Ryan Gosling, I'm also feeling the one-sided connection with Cambridge's word of the year.
I mean, you never know. Maybe Santa will consider your stalking of Ryan and, you know, make it a 2-sided relationship.
I mean, if people are marrying AI right now, I don't think my stalking of Rai is anything strange.
Yep, parasocial, you're getting a no from us.
6-7 as a word of the year?
Guys, it speaks for itself. What do you guys think? Well, I guess 6-7 wins. Now that concludes our ranking. If you ranked differently, send us a text using the number displayed on screen, and we'll ignore it.
It's Albo approved.
Big thing.
Merry Christmas! 6-7!
Thanks, guys. I guess all that's left to say now is, we wish you a skibbity Christmas, we wish you a skibbity Christmas, we wish you a skibbity Christmas and a happy ad break.
A merry welcome back. I'm so grateful for AusPost's weekend deliveries because now I can buy all my Christmas gifts online and I don't have to worry about it arriving late. And it relieves my one ear from hearing Mariah Carey in every single store. That is if I was to ever dare to try and shop at Chatty during this time of year. I'm not an idiot. But since I've got this extra time on my hands, I thought I might as well try and convince the masses watching community TV on Christmas Eve that it's time to move on from Mariah Nah and find a new Christmas anthem. To help me with my search, I asked ChatGPT to generate a coding AI, and I then used that coding AI to generate me a program that could then give me the formula that I could then upload back into ChatGPT to give myself the best possible results for... Yucky. When the results came in, there were 768. So I made ChatGPT filter through them using a very specific metric until I got my top 4. 1. Versatility, no more generic pop beats. 2. It has to be by a national treasure or a well-respected artist. I'm not getting cancelled. 3. It has to include the words Christmas, Santa or reindeer. Duh, it's a Christmas song. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you your top 4 for Christmas anthems. Drumroll please. Bruce Springsteen's Santa Claus is Coming to Town. Wham's Last Christmas. Run DMC's Christmas in Hollis. And High Five Santa Wear Your Shorts. Well, I have to say, they've got some great choices to choose from. Springsteen's 1975 cover has become an iconic Christmas song and was placed 7th in the Billboard Rock Streaming Songs chart in January of this year. Last Christmas is a classic 80s Wham hit that finally reached the top spot in the charts in 2023, even though only George Michael wrote and recorded it. Run DMC's hip-hop Christmas rap dropped 38 years ago and grew the space for other rap and hip-hop artists to make their mark on the stereotypical commercialised Christmas songs. And the Santa Wear Your Shorts number? That's something I personally slipped in. Don't get upset over it, okay? I have a personal attachment to this song. I sang it at my kindergarten's 2002 Christmas Spectacular. Lay off. From an iconic British duo to Australian kid entertainers, I don't think I need to do much more convincing. So we're going to open up the phone lines for you, our holly jolly viewers, to decide. Call the number on the screen now to be put through to our 100% real human and not an AI chatbot, and tell us what song you want as the next Christmas anthem. The 10 callers will receive a free gift in the mail, so get voting! While you all race to call in, I'm going to grab a cup of hot Milo and cozy up with a blanket, because we're checking in with our cuddliest character.
Hello, boys and girls, I'm a teddy bear, the perfect Christmas gift for any child. Right? I wish it were that simple nowadays. Kids just want their fancy gadgets and gizmos, expensive ones at that. $640 for a Nintendo Switch 2? Before you even buy a game, that's nearly as much as the average Aussie spends on groceries every month. People are turning away from dressing up dolls, action figures, and dressing to impressing. Anyway, after Santa found himself otherwise engaged, I decided to steal the list of what you're all getting tomorrow morning. Let me see here. Oh, Lego! A classic reasonably priced gift. Wait, that can't be right. Why is it so expensive? Why are all the toys so costly? I can't bear to look at it. It's understandable why parents are filling the exorbitant and pricey void with simple solutions. Take iPads. Every toy's worst nightmare. Just ask my pals in Toy Story 5. That's right. They're making another one. Look, screens may be a temporary solution, but trust me, they are not the right decision. I'm going to have a stern talk to Santa because something has to change. Kids' fine motor skills are declining and scrolling is to blame. Did you know that kids are barely going outside now? 1 in 3 children spend less than 3 hours a week playing outside. Mum was right. It is that damn phone. We need to bring back more affordable toys so the whimsy and wonder of Christmas can be enjoyed by all without burning a hole through your pockets. So, to the parents watching, please give your 20-something-year-old children more presents for Christmas.
But even if we don't get any extra gifts this year, there will be at least one thing I'm grateful for this Christmas: being born before 2009. Those poor 16 and unders have been banned from social media for 2 weeks now, and it doesn't look like they're handling it well. Alex tells us more.
Yes, Amy, kids aged 16 and below were calling it the nightmare before Christmas. It's Australia's social media ban, which came into effect a mere fortnight ago. Facebook banned, Instagram banned, TikTok banned, Snapchat banned, YouTube banned, X banned, Reddit banned, Twitch banned, Kick banned. The hell is Kick? Quite the extensive list there, but the Australian government has legislated that if these companies do not disable all accounts owned by 16 and unders, they'll face up to a $50 million fine, which is enough money to buy about 18,181 live reindeers. Concerns were raised about the ban, like how sites such as 4chan are not included in the ban, while sites like Discord are, and how there will likely be imperfections in the system, meaning the wrong people will be banned or allowed in. Knowing me, when I was 16, I reckon I would have been able to bypass the age restrictions no problem. The same way I would bypass the blocked game websites on the high school Wi-Fi. Yeah, that's right, Mr. Funkenplop. Nothing's gonna stop me from playing cool math games. Now, I understand that people 16 and below are in the most important years of their mental development, and the internet definitely does not have any good impacts on various dimensions of health in the youth. But do we really need the social media ban? It's not like this has ever worked before. Take me, for example. I started from humble beginnings at 4 years old as a certified iPad kid, and I've been on the internet ever since through the most important years of my development. I amassed almost 2,000 hours of playtime in Team Fortress 2 instead of talking to my crush in high school, and started swearing at a horribly young age because I copied all the YouTubers I watched. And I don't know, I think I turned out okay.
It's time to check in with our voters and see what our new Christmas anthem is. Oh, I'm so excited! Ah! Our official Christmas anthem for the remainder of all time is a Struggle Christmas song? No! Deck the halls with boughs of struggle, la 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 la. Santa found himself in trouble, la 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 la. Check in with our work inspector, la 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 la. Bonnie Joy's party defector, la 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 la. See the struggle, 6 white rulers, la 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 la. The model socials for the Zoomers, la 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 la. Another English ashes failure, la 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 la. Emmeline, our only savior, la 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 la. Fast away the climate changes, la 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 la. Student debt reduced in stages, la 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 la.